Hi guys, my name is Aesthetic Sin, and today I will be playing as Kate, and as you can see, I will be going to mid lane. I picked the Doran's Blade for this because, you know, people in mid lane, they do tend to be a little bit more competitive with stats. Higher attack damage, higher ability power, higher attack speed. So, mid lane, Doran's Blade. On the side lane, I opt for the lifesteal instead. Because side lane isn't very competitive as mid, so if you're trying out your champion on side lanes and you want to go mid, that's something to consider. Also, I don't have flash. I see a lot of Caitlyn's with flash, and I don't see the need for it. You have your caliber net. You can use that to shoot at someone, slow them down, get away. There's no need for it. So, teleport, very underrated, very great summoner spell, in my opinion. And as you can see, I'm against Morgana, and she usually kind of frightens me typically and personally, but not until she hits level 6. And as you can see, as second level, I do pick the Caliber Net, and that's because they have a Warwick on bottom. And him being known as a jungling champion, I don't want to risk it. I don't know him. I don't know how he plays. Might as well not trust it. So if he decides to pay me a little visit, boom, Caliber Net slows him, get away. And and it depends on how you're playing, too. If you're playing in mid against someone who is playing offensively and getting in your face, I just make a trap, you know, pass like that, slows them down, they get caught in it, and they're making a wave of minions. It's great to get rid of the wave, and then they'll get away because they won't have the minions to distract the turret while they hit it. So, that's always something to consider, too.
An enemy has been slain.
And as you can also see, we have their top turret. So at this point, it's very up in the air. People are traveling. Laning phase is over. And as you can see, there is Warwick paying me a visit, like I thought he would, but and that's why you don't trust other players.
Let's investigate.
I mean, trust your team. Hope that they'll be there for you, but there's Warwick. It's okay, he'll get hit. He's a brat. And as you see, he ran into my trap that slowed him down, and Shaco is able to get him. And despite having Doran's Blade, I know I should probably go back and everything. I still would rather farm a little bit, get some farming in there. Maybe I can get some more health if I'm shooting minions and whatnot. And as you see, Gangplank right there. And I'll chase after Zen because I have less than half health. I have low mana. He also has a health potion. So it's really just not worth it, even if I'm a higher level than he is. You never know what tricks he has up his sleeve. And I finally decided to go back with 4,200 gold. And my second item I always really go for is my Berserker Greaves, and I always rush Bloodthirster. Now a lot of people ask, why do you do that instead of Infinity Edge? Well, the reason why I do it is because we are glass cannons. We're, you know, carries, that's how we work. And, you know, if you keep going back because you're not absorbing health or anything, because Infinity Edge doesn't let you do that, then you're going to be losing out on gold, you're going to be losing out on XP. So there's no sense to keep going back. You just have an overall better survivability. And now we're popping out the wards. Thank God. Because I don't trust their team. Which you shouldn't. You should always play cautious. But at this point, I'm definitely fearful of Morgana, and she knows she could probably take me on. She's not playing like she could take me on, but I know that she could, if she wanted to. And as you can see, in our jungle, there's some people in there. Team is gonna decide to go in. I think. Yep, there's Gangplank. There's Blitzcrank in the bottom.
Up for a showdown.
And the reason why I didn't go that way and I went the other way is because they Gangplank went through those bushes. Alright, he would have gotten away had I went to where Timo was. So you always think about that. I mean, people always backdoor turrets, but they don't always backdoor and secure kills. And I also see Blitzcrank's arm. And that's why I always play cautious when he's around, because if he grabs me, I'm done. And I don't know what the spawning of that ability is, so I never take chances with that. And there we go. And here we have Morgana. Nope, wasn't enough to kill her. Oh, but she will be mine eventually.
Boom. Headshot.
And we do about 300 damage. Not too bad. We get out of the 2000 range. It's all good.
So many bad guys. So
And I really expected that to do more damage because I think they really need to nerf that Gangplank move. I think it has the possibility to do too much damage and to become really overpowered. And I think a lot of people kind of feel the same way, except for every Gangplank user. They kind of really use it to their advantage and be like, oh no, that's not overpowered. That's normal. It's supposed to be like that. But I haven't played him. I don't know what other abilities he has or anything like that. Now, as you can see right there, I slowed Morgana down and let Shen get away. And sometimes it's not about, you know, getting the other team or hurting them or doing any damage. Sometimes it's just doing things just to secure your own team. You don't have to get a kill. It's teamwork. And my heart just kind of like fell a little bit when she did that because that's not a very nice thing to do. But if you're mating against a Morgana as Kate, or even against Sever, that's Severe, whatever her name is. I like playing her as well, and I can't pronounce her name. That's just something to look at. People who have spell shields in general, that's just something to consider. And I know we don't consider these things in game because we're like in the moment, but hunching over the screen, but it's just something to think about in the back of your mind. And as you can see, and you might be asking yourself, you know, your whole team is moving around, why aren't you moving around? I am a firm believer in if you have the turrets up in the lane, it doesn't, like, both of them, yours and theirs, do not move out of the lane. That's how your turret gets lost. It's just, I think that's just basically Legends 101. But here we are, we're going after Dragon, and you'll see that I go all the way to the edge because, you know, if something bad happens, I can get out of there with my caliber net. My net can get me out of there. I'm thinking I can secure dragons, but I can't. And that wasn't kill stealing, by the way. That was securing kills. That was SKing. And at this point, I get my, as you can see, I work towards the Infinity Edge. And my second item is really up in the air. It really depends who I'm playing against. And I hate saying that, like I said, but if the other team is really, really tanky, then I definitely go for the Madras Bloodraiser. Because it's an awesome, underrated AD carry item. And a lot of people that are AD carries, or even any carry, they don't go towards it. And it's really something to consider. And let me build up my stuff back. And there's Blitzcrank, and of course I don't know if he has an arm yet or not, so I don't really trust it. I don't feel comfortable getting too close to him. And then there's Zin, and then there's Gangplank. Woo! And even though I could be helping out, you know, my team getting the mid turret, you know, I don't think they really need me too much right there. Plus it wouldn't have lasted long because as you saw, Morgana and Warwick came along. So, might as well clear top. Keep our turret safe. At this point I am 6-1. And And I am now fully buying my Infinity Edge. And a lot of people also ask, you know, how come you don't get Phantom Dancer second? Because a lot of people get intimidated with, you know, high attack speed. And even though that's true, because I even get intimidated by it a little bit, what's the sense of having a high attack speed if you have 100 attack damage? There's no sense in it. I'd rather have, you know, the power of Rand, where he's not an attack speed champion, but he's all power. And I feel bad for Timo at this point, because I kind of took that from him. And while Shaco is handling Dragon, I think we are going to focus on those turrets. Nope, bad idea. And I think Brand realizes it's not the smartest thing to do and kind of backs away a little bit. And I kind of stole that from him. Top also needs to be cleared, and I noticed that as well.
Not by a long shot.
And while I'm doing this, Shen and Brand are also mid again. Blitzcrank and Morg. I don't know what Zen is doing. Maybe he's waiting for them to push between two people so he can come out.
Let's invent.
And sometimes I do use my Q to see where I am on the map. If I'm not actually watching where I am and I'm watching my other teammates, because I do that, I check up on them. Just to see if I'm there yet. If I'm close by or anything, if I'm not. Of course, there's always that little sadness. Checking to see if Blitzcrank is still there, because I saw him use that arm.
Don't be caught flat. Want to see a hat trick?
And as you can see, I mean, we're 28, close to 30 minutes in. They did not touch our turret much. And that's because I'm awesome defense. And you'll see right here, I did use my ult. And you know what, even though I didn't get the kill, that's fine for me. Sometimes it's not about getting the kill, but making sure, you know, you can get your teammates fed and that they can also get a kill.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Which that didn't happen, but there's always that if. If they catch up to that low health person, then you know you did something good. You still get gold for it, you still get experience for the assist.
Right.
And the assists and kills go in the same folder on people's profile anyway, so it doesn't even really matter. I have my little path of traps up, and as you'll see, I'll go through their scores, I'll go through mine, I'll show you my items.
Me? Miss? Not by a long shot.
And I die right under my turret. So 1 for 2 so far. 3, 1 for 4. I think that's worth it. Alright, and here we are. We're going after their turn. Of course, I'm not there because I'm still dead. And nope, it looks like a good game. So again, I'm Caitlyn. Thank you for watching me play. Bye, guys.